Hey guys, hope everyone's having an amazing day. And I just want to do a 30-day recap on our very first challenge of the Trader's Edge. And obviously, following this one time-based strategy. Now, the results have been very interesting, right? And it's not just the results of the actual trading, but the results of the people who actually took the challenge. Now, we had two groups when we started this. We had one which was live, which meant you could trade with me throughout the week, and we did that on a morning session, and we had the one that if you wanted to do it self-paced, right? So essentially, learn the strategy and take it at your own pace. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to give you guys a breakdown and share with you the results from all the trades that were taken. And yeah, let's dive into it. So really interesting to see, guys. So over the last 30 days, so essentially it's 4 weeks of trading, right? So a 30-day challenge, but essentially four trading weeks. And on some days the strategy itself is a time-based strategy, which means we jump on every morning at the exact same time and we look for the trade opportunity and we either take profit or we it hits our stop loss and we move on to the next day, right? So there was two options to trade, right? You could either have traded the morning session, which was during Sydney, or you could have traded the New York session, right? So being that there was two options to trade, you could trade one. So I said, you could trade both. It's totally up to you. So I took the trades that I did with our live group, okay? And I also, traded at nighttime from time to time, right? So not every day I took a trade. Some days I did, some days there was something on. But I at least took as many as I could as possible. Very funny. The day that I launched the challenge, right, we had a huge loss, right? We had a big loss on the very first day. It's part of trading, guys. You can't predict the way that the market's going to move. You just trade and you just stay consistent, right? So you just keep moving on. Like there is no bad, it's no such thing, I believe, as bad trading. You just have bad days, right? If you bad trading, and it's only for a few reasons, right? The gambling or just throwing the dice against the wall and hoping something hits. So going through just the data, you can see here, guys. So all sessions, right? So this is essentially me trading some Sydney, some US, a mixture of both. Overall for the month, we had 25 wins, six losses. So it puts us at an average of 80% win rate, right? So using 1% risk overall for the month, that would put you at a 19% gain because obviously a 6% loss, a 25% gain, right? So the reality with trading is, people tend to overtrade or they trade too much or they have losing days and losing weeks and just give money back to the market because they get greedy or, there's reasons why it's not going their way and their psychology falls off and they're like, this doesn't work. It's not going to work for me. I can't do trading. And, it all tends to be something that happens in people's head. And funny enough, again, with the challenge and doing the Sydney session, so I've been testing this strategy for quite some time. The strategy itself has been around for many, many years. It's nothing new. But it does have key criteria that it needs to meet in order for it to be profitable, right? So the first week was really a testing phase for people that were doing and trading only the Sydney session, right? The one, two, three, four, five, the first five trades, they had four losses, right? The first five trades for anyone that only traded Sydney, the first five trades had four losses and one win. So you can imagine what this does to your psychology, right? You get excited about joining a challenge, you're excited about a strategy, and all of a sudden you're having loss after loss after loss. Guys, this is trading. We can't predict exactly what's going to happen in the market, but we have to stay consistent, right? It's not about having losing days, losing weeks. It's about just staying consistent and staying with it to look at the end result, right? And I said this from the very beginning, from day one. Don't look at what happens on a daily basis. Let's measure what happens for their entire month. So based on that, we had multiple losses on Sydney. You can see here in US, we had, lots of good consistent wins on US. We had a loss here on US, and then a pretty much a pretty solid last couple of weeks, right? The last 2 weeks had been pretty good. Not so great to start the challenge, but it's interesting to see, right? So the platform that I'm using allows me to see where people are actually doing the work, actually going through and completing each day. And it's funny to see that out of 22 people that were doing it self-paced, we only had 7 that completed the challenge. And what that means is essentially they're checking in each day. They may or may not have traded. I can't see that side of it. But they're checking each day, doing the tasks that were required for that 30-day challenge. Only 7 people out of 22 completed. And you know why that is? Is because the first week puts a damper on, the possibilities of this thing actually working. Like I said, this is trading. You have to stay consistent in order to get the results. Out of our live challenges, we had a lot more complete. So we had 7 out of 13 complete, right? Life happens, people go and do their own thing. That's fine as well. Again, same thing. Could it have been that there was a damper because of the losses that we had in the first couple of weeks? Yes, it's highly possible. If you only traded the Sydney session for the whole challenge, right? Based on the trades that I took, based on a set of rules, right? So it's really important that I explain how the strategy works, but there are still rules that you must follow, right? So time of entry, time of exit, what to look for, good trades, bad trades, and so forth. So based on me following the rules that I put out and put out for you guys, for the Sydney session only. So if you traded the Sydney session only for the whole 30-day challenge, then you should have had 12 wins and 5 losses and a win rate of roughly 70%. So, those losses happened in the first few weeks of the set of the challenge, and obviously we finished pretty strong through the last week. Again, using 1% risk, right? You would have had a 7% gain after the wins and the losses, right? If you use 2% risk, cool, this would have doubled. That 3% risk would have doubled as well. But the reality is being consistent and staying to it every single time you enter into the market. If you traded US session only, right? So US session, regardless if it was gold or if it was um yeah, regardless if it was gold or what do you call it? Did I get that right? Maybe I got that wrong. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Sorry, that is wrong. Let's update that. That is 11 and 1. Right? So we had 11 trades, one. I was adding up all the trades together for some reason. 11 wins and 1 loss, right? So it puts our win rate quite high, and a based on trading US only would have been a 10% gain. Okay. So yeah, guys, it's really interesting to see, commitment is one thing, staying consistent is another thing, and of course, the psychology of trading, right? And the psychology is really what tests you in any challenge. It's not just trading, it's also fitness challenge, it's a weight loss challenge, doing anything that requires you to stay consistent is always going to be a challenge, right? Which is why I call it a 30-day challenge. So we didn't have the best start of the week when we started out on this challenge, but at the end of the day, we finished on a positive, right? So regardless of the percentage gain, if this would have been a 2% gain at the end of the month by trading 1 to 2 trades a day, whichever you decided, whether you did the one in the morning or the one at night or both, you would have had a consistent growth on your account. 2% per month over, 12 months is a 24% gain per month. I can tell you now that there are so many people that wish they could trade and have that consistency over a long period of time. You just can't measure trading regardless of the strategy. And I said this from day one, is that this strategy is not 100% you're going to win every trade, but it has been showing and has been consistent over a long period of time. So if you are interested and you would like to, the difference here, right? This is self-paced, is you learning, you going through a process. Yes, as a Telegram group, you can go and do that as a group and go through a process. And obviously, live means that you're trading with me live. So I'm going to share with you now, if you guys are interested, there will be a option for you to join in the next challenge. Now, I've made the challenges, the two new challenges that we have are exactly the same. Prices, obviously, like I said, the first challenge was going to be a bit cheaper. And obviously, this challenge is a little bit more. But in saying that, there is a self-paced challenge and a live trading challenge. Now, the live trading challenge will allow you to join me live trading, which we're going to be doing a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, US New York session, right? So we pretty much get on during New York at the exact same time every single day, looking for the trade opportunity. As you would have seen throughout the month, the videos that I'd posted had shown you, how fast it can happen at night. So yes, while it is late for us here in the US, you'll find that the trading happens pretty quickly, right? So it might be a couple of minutes, it might be five, might be 15, whatever it is, but it tends to happen a lot faster than it does on the Australian session. So there will be, the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, which will be the three main live trading days, Monday, Friday. Obviously I'll still put stuff into the Telegram group and you can, follow along as you wish. The self-paced obviously is you coming in, learning the strategy, going through the videos, doing the daily tasks, and working through it with the Telegram group itself. Now, what I've decided to do is, because some people have asked me, is like, Jace, these are great. Can you, make it so we could share it? So these here, you will be able to share it. If you have friends or anyone else that is in trading or looking for a strategy to be consistent, I'm now doing a 50% commission on that, right? So the reason why I'm doing a commission is because obviously, you're sharing the strategy, you're sharing the challenge, you're sharing Trader's Edge, and you know, for helping you guys, for helping me, I'm helping you, right? For my purpose is not about growing this to thousands of people. It's just about sharing a strategy with people that want to challenge themselves to be better traders. So you'll see that now you can join this if you want to at any time, right? So there's no particular time, but the 30 days will start the moment that you join the challenge, right? So it's really testing yourself. The live trading, again, it's 30 days live trading with me. And again, that will start whenever you decide to jump in. Like I said, it will be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday that we do the live sessions at night. So other than that, for those that have done the challenge and for those that are interested to just jump straight into the live trading with me, the next thing that I'm doing, if you didn't want to go and do a challenge and you just want to jump straight on the calls, this is going to be for this week only, right? So why this week? Well, because I only opening it because, yeah, because I decided that it will only be for this week. So the date is the 12th of August, and come Monday, this option won't be available. You'll need to join a challenge first in order to continue on and do these live. But if, hey, you've been actively trading and you want to take advantage of this, this week will be the only time that you can do that. And then you kind of stay in for as long as you want. There is no contract. There is just essentially you jumping on and trading live with me every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So where is that? Um, okay. Okay. So Trader's Edge Live. So this will be, like I said, this will be available from today, from now, until the end of this week. And this simply means that if you want to trade live with me and you don't want to do a challenge, or you don't want to do any of those other challenges, you can just jump in straight away. This will be available for the rest of this week. So essentially, soons will be 11:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, with the occasional 8 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time session, right? So it will change either or. You will be able to attend, right? So we'll have, most of the time throughout, we'll be doing the night session, but there may be times where something's up or something's happening, and I switch it to a Australian 8 a.m. Morning session, right? So if you're unsure and you want to try it out for a week, cool. Come in, test it out, see how you like it, and decide if it's for you. And you can easily, change over and go to a monthly, which is cheaper. And then if you obviously stay committed and want to learn this strategy and really fully committed, then do a 3-month renewal, right? So these here are our options for Telegram. So as soon as you get instant access, you'll get, taken over to the group and you'll be part of that. And obviously the Zoom links will be in the group and yeah, we'll pretty much get you going. And I guess, the easiest way to learn this strategy is to, see it live, because we're looking for live trade opportunities. We analyze the market, right? But the strategy is the same every single time. The setup is, what we look for each time, is the same, and it's just considerations of where to take profit, where to place your stop loss, and then let the trade go, right? A lot of times people get into this habit of adjusting their stop losses, adjusting their take profits, and doing that all too early, right? We talk about partials, we talk about, previous structures, we talk about all the different things that are going to help you be profitable as a trader. Like I said, guys, this trading is about being consistent, right? I didn't get good at trading by just doing it a little bit here and there. I got good at trading because I stayed consistent and I did the work, right? So just to recap, guys, this trading challenge I did, while some people gave up earlier on, that's okay. You can jump back into the group. You can jump back in and start going through the process. You can jump on with me live and actually go and see how I trade each setup, because while it is the same strategy every single time at every single day, there are reasons why I get into the market and why I don't get into the market. I explained this in the challenge itself, but learning live, hearing live, that's always going to be different, right? So just to recap, guys, 25 wins, 6 losses, 80% win rate. You can see all the data here, guys. I try my best to make it as clear as possible just so that you guys can see. And there's nothing much else to it. It's probably one of the easiest strategies that I have taught, but also used and seen consistent results, right? So if you're interested, you can join this week directly to the Telegram group, right? It saves us a hell of a lot of fees. Or you can join the challenge, which means you can do it at self-paced. You can join the actual challenge that, has a few tasks, daily tasks, and, tries to keep you committed for the 30 days at least, which I highly recommend. Or you can share it with a friend. You can't share the Telegram group with a friend unless they jump into the group now and then they join the Telegram group this week. They won't be able to do that. So there's no commissions on sharing the Telegram group. You can invite people to it, but like I said, it is for this week only, and then you will need to go through a challenge in order to get access to that group. So if you're, interested in seeing and joining in and learning this strategy that has allowed us to show good results and helped our psychology, because that is the biggest thing. The difference with most strategies is there's a lot of thinking involved. This trading strategy requires you to have very minimal thinking. It's just about knowing where to place your take profits and stop losses. The setup is the same every time. It's either a yes, a no, and a take profit and a stop loss, and that's pretty much it. Right? So very simple, very easy to learn strategy. And like I said, guys, it's showing results. So you're gonna have good days, you're gonna have bad days. I'm not promising the world. I'm not promising every day is gonna be a winning day, but in our group, in our live challenge group, the ones that are listening, absorbing the information, and doing the work actually having results. Also, on top of that, if you're part of the Telegram group, I'm also working on a TradingView indicator, which will then help you again, one more step. On top of that, this will only be for Telegram members. On top of that, if once I complete that element to it, I'm also, well, I'm doing it, trying to do it at the same time, is I'm building the bot for it. So then you have the trading view option, which allows you to manually place the trades, but then I'm also working on transforming this strategy to a bot, which people can then just turn on and allow it to play out. That then will then work on your risk pretty accurately, right? But that will only be for Telegram members, and it's pretty exciting to try and reduce the thinking about everything that you need to do when it comes to this strategy. So other than that, guys, that is pretty much a recap of our first ever 30-day challenge. If you followed the rules and you followed risk management and you traded, according to the plan and you stuck with good risk, you should have been profitable for the month. If as people do, they get started into something but don't stay committed the whole way, then that is, where you are right now as a result of, where you come or where you got to, right? But that's okay. Jump back on the horse, get back into it, and learn how powerful this strategy actually is, because the gains can be amazing. So you guys have an amazing day. Jump in the Telegram, jump in a challenge, whatever you decide to do, whether you decide to or not. I hope you guys are continuing to trade, because trading has, brought freedom to many for those that stay committed. Have a great day, guys.